Just taking a couple of minutes to get set up and show up online and all that cool stuff. Just give me a hot second here. There we go. Hope everyone's doing all right tonight. Hey, how's it going? Good to see you. So we're doing a cross-platform live stream tonight. Hopefully my chat is coming through all right. Working on some commission stuff. I'm just going to do a quick audio check real quick. I think that's come through. Yep. Oh, that's okay. If you gotta sit for exams, or if you've got to study, or if you've got more pressing engagements, don't feel obliged to stick around. The video, the recording of this will be up on my channel, so you can watch it at any time at your own leisure. It's all good. Biology and French. Wow. I didn't actually specialize in any other languages at school. I kind of got bored with the whole idea pretty quick. That's good. I mean, that's what you got to do. Make sure that you've done the prep work. I did. I checked it out. That was very cool. I like that. Yeah, I saw that too. Thank you. I'll definitely head on over and make sure to like that, because I've got like a separate account that I use for just watching and it's just easier rather than to use the main account that I have for my content. Just kind of want to keep that separate. Hey there, Luna Jackson 2019. Good to see you. Hope everyone is having a great night or day or whatever the case may be. Depending on where you are, because apparently a lot of people watch me overseas and stuff, and I'm like, oh, okay. Just realize how far away Australia is from everything. It's pretty isolated out here. Yeah, most definitely. I'll definitely head over there later on. Give you a thumbs up. I mean, that's essentially what the whole Sketch Jam thing is all about. Like, just sort of workshopping and coming up with cool ideas. Like, I want to do some, like, for next year's Star Wars Day, I do want to do a much more like comprehensive and more, I guess, more ambitious May the 4th. Like the animation I did of Chewbacca is fine. I mean, it's not the smoothest animation I've ever done, but it seems to work. So I'm just coming up with some ideas. Oh, look, don't worry too much about how close to the actual date that you've posted something, because quite often it really doesn't matter that much. Like that's the interesting thing about the internet. Like it's because it churns out through content constantly. You can kind of post stuff whenever you want, but because humans sort of have like linear concepts of stuff, it's better to do it when you can or right away. So I'll make this a bit more cartoony. Oh, thank you. Yes. Like what I'm gonna do with the Chewbacca animation is I want to hang on, actually what I want to do with it is do it in full color and want to do like sort of neon. I want him sort of like traveling through sort of a neon 80s kind of thing. Because although like that sort of style has kind of run its course, like 80s nostalgia is very much like in the rearview mirror. There's still some fun elements to it. It makes me wonder. I'm also thinking of giving Chewbacca what's it called? Like sunglasses. So I got these sunglasses. So these ones are those kind of skiing sunglasses. You used to see these everywhere, like especially like in the early '90s. But these are kind of my favorite sunglasses. I picked these up in Papua New Guinea. I think they were like $2, and they're kind of my favorite go-to shades. But just give me a minute. It's still technically too hot for anything else. Oh look, yeah, look. If you've got a dash, don't feel like don't feel like bad or anything like that. If you've got to go, that's totally fine. Yeah, you have a great day too. Although it's technically night where I am, there's just it's just weird. Because I know like some of my audience is actually international, and it's just fascinating being able to reach so many people from so far away. Okay, let's have a look. What am I looking for? Mad Hatter. Hey, Cat's Nightmare, how's it going? So we're going with so what I want to do with this one is similar to I want to do like a combination where it's similar to the old one from like the 1950s. I think it came out in the 1950s. And his eyes are quite close together. He also has this big. So if you've ever seen the old Asterix comics, similar sort of bulbous kind of nose that he's got. And the reason that's okay. Look, if you got to bail early, like I said, it's not that not that devastating. If you want to watch this later, it will be on my channel. So yeah, don't freak out on nothing. So this is how I work out Sketch Jam. Sort of go through different ideas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make him, just going to make him orange. Yep. I'm going to borrow this color here. It's a good dark shade. So the reason why the hat makers during the time when the original book was written were mad is because they used mercury like in hat making. Thank you. Is it EM Cow 2 or M Cow? So yeah, Mercury's like we know now at this point is actually very poisonous. It's extremely toxic substance. The thing is, like on its own, when it as it appears, like when you find it in nature, it's not the liquid metal that we know it looking like when we find it in like rocks and stuff. Like it is actually solid in its natural state. The thing is, it's incorporated with like other stuff. Oh, so you're M cow, not EM cow. Good to know. Excellent to know. And very lovely to meet you. Hope you're having a great morning, afternoon, evening, or night, depending on where you are. So I recently booted up Diablo 2 Resurrected because they recently added the Warlock as a playable character. And I gotta admit, even though he is about 25 years too late, maybe even 30. I'm not sure exactly how long it's been, but it's been a while since that game, first came out, and it's just interesting seeing just how much of it has stayed exactly the same. So the animated Disney design, what it goes for is simple brevity. Because when you're doing a character design, particularly in hand drawn animation, you put the animator who's going to work on this as in front of mind. Like you're designing this character for somebody else to draw and draw multiple times in a row. If it's only drawn once, then that's one thing, but I will merge that down. So this version of the Mad Hatter is based off the 1865 version, as he appears in the book. And you can see where the inspiration came from. So when drawing, like you want to sort of build a nice silhouette of the character. He is wearing a vest, so you just chuck that in. Yeah, his tie is. I mean, it is absolutely like It's because of this design as well factors in the voice actor, and he's a comedian called Ed Wynn. So if you look up Ed Wynn, who did the voice of the Mad Hatter in the original animated one, um, he looks like this character, like similar like profile and everything. Given this absurdly massive teapot. Kind of looks like a giant tomato. So yeah, 1951. So the original Mad Hatter. Very old character design. But what we're going to do is we're going to incorporate. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, no worries. If you gotta bail, you gotta bail. I'm glad you joined, even for a little while. Yeah, not a problem. If you gotta leave, it's all good. If you'd like to catch the full video, remember it is live um, across different platforms as well. So if you're on X or Facebook, or I'm even live on Twitch at the moment. Hope everything's okay. I have no idea what's just gone wrong. Huh. Weird. Anyway, yeah, I was sort of doing a simulcast in portrait mode as well as in like landscape. So I appear on both types of screens, but it appears that it hasn't worked out nearly as well as I'd thought it would. There's a few different versions of this character. I think one of the best ones has to be from American McGee's Alice, which is a fantastic reimagining. It's like really gothic and very 20, I think it's 2010s. Such a cool character, this one. Don't want him looking too angry though. Yeah, maybe that version probably not appropriate. A little bit scary. But yeah, definitely off to a good start. I'll absolutely have to return to this one a little bit later. So I can get a better idea of what I'm going to go for with this. So I give him sort of a really big, kind of want to look like his head's being sort of devoured by a giant shadow fish. So you want to get stuff flowing, and you want to get the sort of stream of consciousness going. If that makes sense. So, due to a bit of a technical difficulty, I'm gonna have to reschedule this one for a later date. But it's slowly getting there. I'm starting to see some small progress here and there. So Michael Jackson has been trending again ever since the biopic movie about his life hit cinemas. I mean, it was definitely like long overdue. He was going to get one. I think at this point, like every celebrity, sports player, musician, like it's getting to the point where we're getting people who are way more famous than the person that they're doing a tribute to are as well. It's interesting because like you've got The Rock, Dwayne Johnson was in a biopic called The Smashing Machine about a MMA fighter, and it was actually pretty decent. But the thing is, very few people, I think, knew who he was trying to depict. So it kind of felt a bit flat. Yeah, so these are the ones I've been able to produce. Not a huge amount of content. But it's just, I guess we're sort of an exploratory. So the Mad Hatter is one of those interesting characters that keeps showing up. He's also a Batman villain, which I find hilarious. And he was used in quite a few episodes of the animated series. But he was never as cool as like the Joker or the Riddler, Poison Ivy, Catwoman. Like, he was fine as a bad guy, but you know, he wasn't like sort of top tier terrifying Batman villain. He was more, oh, I guess have to fight this guy this episode. I'm gonna push this one to like the full hour. There's a sort of a high collar there. Big nose. And very silly teeth. Like Mad Hatter in the Batman animated series just doesn't command the kind of terrifying respect that, say, the Joker does, or Two-Face, or even the Penguin. Like, he is scary, but compared to the Scarecrow, he's a bit of an amateur. Amateur. So yeah, unfortunately, I did suffer a bit of a technical glitch. So very sorry about that. Some things are absolutely beyond my control. So I am absolutely apologizing as a formality. Please don't accept that as some kind of admission of guilt that I was somehow culpable in the glitch, because aside from pressing play when or record or stream or whatever, that's about the extent of my technical know-how here. I am not the genius when it comes to these kinds of things. I actually briefly considered hiring an IT specialist to help me out with trying to get a piece of hardware up and running, but I only ever do that after an exhaustive test of all the know-how I have. So I'm not completely bereft of technical knowledge. I'm quite good at helping sort of aging boomers use their phones and stuff like that. But when it comes down to it, yeah. If I can't find a corresponding YouTube tutorial to help me figure out what the issue is, then it's not getting fixed by me. So what I plan to do as well is a full rogues gallery of different bad guys. The Batman rogues gallery is by far the best and most comprehensive of all groups of villains that I think pop culture has ever seen. And it boils down to name recognition. You get what's it? You get Superman's rogues gallery, and I guarantee you, if you're not really familiar with how many enemies he actually has, the average casual consumer of Batman related media may, if they're lucky, only know about Lex Luthor and maybe General Zod, and that's about it. There's a huge and very steep drop off when it comes to how many bad guys are known by the average quote normie unquote when it comes to Superman. Also, Wonder Woman, she's basically a mystery to most casual viewers. I mean, they might know Ares, the god of war. They might know Cheetah, but yeah, it's a very steep drop off. The Flash, he's good because his character was developed a fair amount in the TV show. But yeah, like name one Flash villain that isn't Captain Boomerang, which I think is hilarious. There's like a mad Australian out there who's armed with throwing sticks that are essentially toys, and he is a direct threat existentially to the fastest man in the world. I love that. Yeah, there's Captain Boomerang, and you might know Captain Cold, who's the guy with the freezing gun. In order for any like serious villain to attempt to fight against a speedster, you actually have to be a speedster yourself, and that's really why Yellow Flash, like Reverse Flash, is really the only bad guy of any note that the Flash actually has. But anyway, guys, I am going to call it there for tonight. I would like to thank everyone who showed up, stuck around, even if it was only for like a couple of minutes. And yep, to all my wonderful people on the other platforms, that's YouTube, Twitch, etc. Thank you as well for showing up. I do appreciate it. I will be back very, very soon with a follow up episode. I want to keep going with Sketch Jam. But yeah, tonight was a little bit of a rocky start, mostly because of the technical fault, but I will not keep yammering away about that. And yeah, think of this image here as kind of a teaser for the next one. But yeah, until then, guys, I'll bail out of this